Right, well here you go fellas, broke it in under 24 hours. So basically, if you copper an egg or blue an egg, you know, it goes green because it goes down to the copper one, and then you ammoniate that coppered egg, and then have the polystyrene there to generate the reductive flammable gas, the organism grows, pinks, in under 20, well, within hours actually. So you can see it's going, it's sort of growing in there, but it doesn't have the reductive flammable gas that one has in there to actually speed up the growth. So I've done a few other things, but I'm going to go through the whole series. But you do realise that that's the winning of the Rothamsted Prize right there. So I don't want any of this faux jealousy of, oh, I could have done that if I just did the work, had the vision, the foresight, and all that sort of rubbish. You know, I don't want any of that crap, fellas. And I'm already thinking, are you thinking what I'm thinking, B1? Yes, I think I am, B2. Is copper actually the highest micronutrient in peat? Or were the tests done so long ago? It sounds like a Don McLean song, so long ago. That they've misconstrued cobalt for copper, or maybe we both have actually got copper and cobalt in the peat as well, because you know peat becomes lignite, which becomes coal, because we know we have cobalt in coal. I'm just wondering if that's going to be a problem too, you know. So we actually have had a problem with copper of not of our making, sort of thing. It's not actually copper, but by actually breaking the copper, we've actually asked the question: is it really copper in the peat? You know, because peat becomes lignite, which becomes coal over time. So it would be strange that how come you have cobalt in coal? Why don't you have big lumps of copper? Or copperbalt in coal, sort of thing. Anyway, so, you know, I'm thinking, so the next stage is to go down the whole series and go through everything else and do exactly the same thing, and we're going to break it right the way down and, you know, do this iron here, which is like dead as a doornail, a bit like the copper. I'm making the estimated guess that we might get a different reaction if we actually iron egg and then ammoniate the iron egg and see what, and of course use the polystyrene. So you've got to have all the steps in there to actually be able to get a quick definitive response. But basically, there you go. The Rothamsted Prize was won between the night of the 22nd, Wednesday the 22nd, into Thursday the 23rd of March 2017. Yes, CU 2+ in 2017. I was right. I was going to make a really good, hard, concerted effort. I've broken it, but I don't think you actually want to break it. Yeah, I know. It's amazing when you get to the thing where you solve the problem you want, and you realise that that's not what you really want, because you see this here? There's no greying in this one with the zinc oxide. So I'm going to actually do a zinc oxide egg and ammoniate that and see if we get any response. Because I'm just wondering whether, you know, we actually want to break the copper but then delay it, sort of thing. So, you know, with this thing we've got, like, by adding the copper you're preserving the egg. By adding ammonia to the egg you're preserving the egg. By adding the ammonia to the coppered egg you're putting it on a preservation sort of thing. You know, it's the two counteract each other. You know, it's like two sides of the yin and yang, sort of. You got hands on either side of the yin and yang sort of thing. I don't know if that makes any sense, but so we now have copper in chalk. So we're going to have to do chalk. We're going to have to do copper chalk in the egg and ammoniate that and see how we go, and go down the whole thing to the iron egg. Do the iron in the chalk and ammonia and do all those and just go down, because we might find not only can we actually get a redder response, we may even get to darker than red, maybe to a purple sort of thing. And of course this heads into, you know, making pink sphagnum moss, and also the idea of how we got blue sphagnum moss from iron and borate, put the iron and borate. How do we get the blue sphagnum moss, and can we do it again, and can we do it better and more succinctly, more scientifically? In other words, do it again and again and again and again. Do it again and again and again. Because that's what is science. It's reproducibility. So. And also, it's free and open communication, so that now I've told you how it's done, you should be able to do that. And that's also the winning of the Rothenstedt Prize, giving you the ability to break the copper barrier and giving you the rough reasoning behind it, what we think. Chemically, we're going to pare it down now. We're going through all the combinations. We might find something even better. That's amazing, really, for under 24 hours. So easy to break. It was so hard, and it bang, in under 24 hours we broke through. And as I said, I'm already questioning copper versus cobalt, and I'm also questioning whether we want to break it. We want to sort of have it sort of half broken, sort of thing. It's like a broken chord sort of thing. Sounds better than a full chord sometimes. We want to be able to have it broken, but put the brakes on it. I think that's what I want. What I'm really trying to say. We might want to break the copper and the chalk, but put the brakes on it using the zinc oxide sort of thing. And of course, the question is, how do you get the zinc oxide? And I'm thinking, well, we're the land of the bushfire, the most bushfire-prone continent on the planet, with the most CPs, the most diverse range. And I'm thinking, could you get zinc oxide in the ash from a bushfire? And I'm thinking, well, what are the odds? Is it more likely you're going to get it that way? I'm not asking for a high-end zinc oxide, one of the yellow zinc oxides that I think you only get at 3,000 degrees. I just want a low-end one, just a standard zinc oxide. Thank you very much. Don't want to ask for yellow zinc oxide, but I reckon I have seen yellow zinc oxide in ash in bushfires before. Just streaks of it, just a little bit of a streak, here and there, It's not the sort of orangey, peachy iron stuff. I think it's that yellow streaky stuff you get. But anyway, other people can test that out. But is it too far-fetched to actually think that we could actually have zinc oxide in our ash in our bushfire? Considering that we do have zinc-rich sands around Perth, and we have the most diverse range of carnivorous plants over there. We have big patches of serpent. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to mention, is the question with the nickel. Do we do it? I've done a nickel copper. I've also done nickel on its own, but because it's been pre-ammoniated one, which has now lost its ammonia, but whether the ammonia is actually attached to the nickel, and then I'm going to do a fresh one again with it ammoniated, that you can actually smell the ammonia on, and do that to an egg. I'm going through a whole series now, but basically we've got the in using the polystyrene, which was the out to sort things out. We've got the in now. We've broken the copper. We've broken the calcium. We're probably going to find the link to Mexican pinguiculars, and then for Drosophilum and all that sort of stuff. And basically, the end of the journey is just growing massively large, fast, colourful, big plants that you just, as I said, my prediction is, since they grow 3.25 inches of Venus flytraps in the wild, around about 4 inches, probably become standard. And my prediction, again, which I've been saying for years, is 6-inch pitches on cephalotes, 120 centimetres on flavas and things like flavas. You're probably going to get massive perps. Oh yeah, you're going to love your perps, I reckon, when we're done. But there you go. But again, fellas, I don't want any of this faux jealousy, oh, I could have done that if I just did the fucking work and over a massive number of years and got off my arse and had the vision and all that. I don't want any of that, fellas. I don't want any of that crap that I used to have in the past with my Carnivorous Plant Society. They want you to give them your ideas. They want to put their name on it, and they also want you to pay them